Hey everybody, welcome back. It is now starting to feel like fall, which is amazing. I've been so looking forward to it finally feeling like fall. It is October after all. It needs to be a little brisk, a little chilly, and have that perfect snuggable weather. That made sense. Kind of just the idea that you can layer up and feel all warm and cozy in your little sweatshirt or your jacket, but you're still not freezing because there is no snow. No snow. Not a fan of snow. I get a lot of it here in Iowa, but that's besides the point. So today, you guys, I got a request to do a video about layering for fall and trying to figure out how to deal with staying warm without having to cover up your cute clothes with baggy sweatshirts. Okay, you guys, I absolutely love to look cute all the time. You guys have probably noticed that most of the time I try to look put together, not just for the camera, but in school, in church, just everyday life. I like to feel put together, and I think the best way to feel put together is to look put together. So, as you guys can tell, we are happily in my closet right now. Some of my biggest tips for layering during fall have to all do with finding cardigans or jackets or sweaters that are going to keep you warm, but also are going to make you feel cute. So you don't have to go out and like break the bank with trying to find cute cardigans, sweaters, all of that. Guys, honestly, majority of my favorite sweaters or cardigans came from Target or Goodwill. I am definitely a huge fan of shopping at Goodwill or Plato's Closet or places like that that are reusing clothes. Just throw it in the wash and nobody ever knows that someone else wore it before you. Target has some really awesome cardigans. I have probably 3 or 4 different Target cardigans. They're not super thick, but they're thick enough that you can put them over another long sleeve and stay super warm. Some of my best tips for layering is find things like vests, which are super in right now, or jackets. Just finding things that still fit your personality style and putting them over top of a t-shirt or another long sleeve, depending on how cold you get. I know our school building is always freezing, and I don't quite understand it. Around December though, it starts getting like super, super hot, and then you have to rethink your whole cycle of how you're gonna get dressed in the mornings. But if your school or your house or your workplace is like that, where it's still chilly, even when it gets colder outside, that it's still cold inside, maybe even think of layering up a little bit more than you would normally. Because if you're sitting there at a desk all day, you're gonna find yourself getting cold because you're not moving around. So it's awesome to find jackets, sweaters. Jean jackets are awesome for layering and still looking adorable. With jean jackets, you can put a scarf over it, you can dress it up, dress it down. Same goes with cardigans. And guys, do not underestimate the power of a scarf. As you guys can tell, probably, all of these are all my scarves. And guys, I love, love, love scarves. And I'm so excited that it's getting back into that chilly weather that I can wear a scarf and it be presentable, that it's fall now. The biggest thing with fall and like chilly weather and stuff is learning how to read your weather. Like, I have it on both my iPod and my phone, the weather app, and just being like, okay, so it says the high today is 65. What does that really feel like? And guys, I do this all the time. I will go to the door like in the morning before I get all changed and everything, I'll go to the door and I'll like open the door and feel what it feels like. And just so I can be like, okay, I'm not basing off of a number that I think I know what it feels like. I have been outside this morning. And if you guys go on a walk with like a dog, or if you just are in the habit of walking in the mornings, it can be super beneficial, so that way you know what it's like outside honestly, and you're not just looking at a number on a screen and trying to figure out what that equates to in real life. Some of my other suggestions for fall is to find appropriate footwear. If your feet are cold, the rest of you is going to lose heat. Same with like your head. So if you find yourself like getting cold super easily, try putting on a hat on your way to school or work. It'll help trap in some of your body heat and it'll keep you warmer. But with shoes, like boots are awesome, but if you can only fit a pair of like super thin socks in those boots, maybe they're not the best choice. You need to be sure that you are going to have the warmest of feet, because when the grass is dewy or frosty and you're walking through it on the way to school or on the way to your car or whatever, if your feet get cold, it's going to take you a lot longer to warm up. So when you're doing your back to school fall shopping, or if you're just looking for stuff to get ready for the winter, make sure you get a pair of good boots. And they don't even have to be like official like UGG boots. They can be, I have a pair of Target boots that work just great, or a pair of riding boots that work just great. Oh, and another trick, I love to wear dresses. I love to wear dresses all the time. And I am that person that will not stop wearing dresses even when it gets really cold. But people ask me all the time, aren't you freezing? Aren't your legs so cold? And you guys, there are so many different kinds of tights in today's world, because tights are now more of a fashion thing again than a necessity thing like they used to be. So buy a good pair of wool tights, or buy a good pair of just tight, I guess. They help trap in the heat in your legs too, and then you can get away with wearing a dress with the high boots or stuff like that. Just learning how to manipulate your wardrobe a little bit more. Tall socks over the boots are not just a fashion thing. They're to keep warmth on your feet and onto your legs. Guys, it's all about manipulating your wardrobe a little bit, and I want to stress this. Do not feel like you have to go out and purchase a new wardrobe for each season. Look at what you have already. I know I have a couple jackets that I work for spring or for fall because they're kind of light, but you can add stuff underneath them. Wear a long sleeve underneath it. Wear a long sleeve and a vest underneath it. Put a scarf on. It's all about manipulating the wardrobe you have to fit for the next season. Never feel like you have to freeze just because it's now fall, but you still want to look cute. That being said, I was also asked about fall makeup, and I can do a whole nother video just talking about fall makeup and things that most people do for fall makeup. It's usually a neutral eye and a bold vampy lip. But as far as your makeup goes, if you're gonna wear a jacket but you plan on taking it off once you get to school or work, don't match your makeup to the jacket, match it to what you're gonna wear underneath. But if you don't plan on taking the jacket off, go ahead and match your makeup to your jacket. It's totally all you, and it's totally all preference. You guys, that is so much of what makeup and fashion is it's finding what your individual style and what your individual preference is. You guys are all beautiful, and I totally believe that you guys can all figure this out. So you guys, I hope some of my fashion fall tips have helped a little bit. Let me know down below if you have questions or if you want to suggest another video. I'm totally open to recommendations and suggestions. As always, stay beautiful.